Bitcoin is currently creating one of the largest traps I have seen in a very long time. So on today's update video, I'm going to be explaining what currently is happening, why we are creating a massive CME gap on the market right now, and why we are currently creating one of the biggest traps I've seen in history. So don't forget to watch this video till the end because this will be extremely important to understand how the market is going to be developing in the coming months and how you're not going to get fooled right now. So without any further ado, guys, don't forget to once again slam that like button back above 1,000 likes. It will be highly appreciated. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the content. So kicking off the video, I straight away want to be pointing out that we are creating a new CME gap over the course of this weekend, but the CME gap that we are currently creating is clearly trading around 59,000 US dollars, what basically means that currently Bitcoin is creating a massive CME gap on the lower side, often about, let me say this correctly, a 1.4% here. So while indeed Bitcoin has come down here over the weekend, I do believe that this could be an enormous trap here, since we are currently trading over the course of a weekend and we are creating a massive gap on the top side. So most likely on the Monday, we're going to come back towards that top side on the CME gap. But clearly what we really need to be looking at right now here for Bitcoin is to see if we can hold this green box right here, because Bitcoin looks to be quite weak here in the past days here, but I believe that this is on a bigger perspective quite a big trap here. I said it in many videos before that I do believe that if Bitcoin breaks below the green box right here, we're going to be quite screwed, and most likely Bitcoin is going to come down to 50,000 US dollars again, which would ultimately allow me to open up a new massive Bitcoin long position. But what I also think is that this clearly could also not happen, because if we're currently looking at what kind of a stage we are in this cycle, I mean, if history is an indication, we're going to be probably see the next rally for Bitcoin in the bull market happening in the coming 50 to 75 days ahead of ourselves. And if we then look to the stock and flow model, it is also clearly indicating we're currently a little bit undervalued, and that most likely we're going to be seeing a very significant uptick in momentum happening anytime soon here. And the reason why I'm saying like 50 to 70 days here is because, guys, if we're looking at our time horizon, we can currently know, of course, it is September, it's the 1st of September, it's a new month. And if we're looking at the historical performance of September for Bitcoin, it is actually being quite a bad month, because out of the last 12 years, only 3 of them have been green, and yeah, all the other ones have been actually quite red, and the ones that were green were not necessarily so strong here. So if you're right now also looking at this chart right here, you can see that clearly Bitcoin is usually on fire sale whenever it is September. So basically September is the month where Bitcoin is basically having the calm before the storm, and usually after the summer is finished, we are then to be seeing a massive rally and upkick in momentum towards the upside. So Bitcoin is looking quite interesting, and I believe that currently still we could be having some downside momentum, and any drop in the Bitcoin price action right now actually would be an even greater opportunity. So if Bitcoin really is going to be breaking below the green box here, I am not going to be the one that is going to be worried, because I still have money on the sidelines to be opening up that next big trade on Bitcoin, because ultimately the structure which we're currently creating here on the daily time frame is looking very good here, because some people are saying, but oh, we're creating a lower high structure, right? So this is a bearish consolidation. No, this is not a bearish consolidation, because this is a downward sloping consolidation after we went exponential towards new all-time highs. And if we're going to be comparing this price action towards the previous price action at the top, we are clearly not creating a rounding top structure, but we are clearly creating a bull flag pattern / consolidation pattern. So Bitcoin is actually looking very great right now at the moment of time. And yes, if I'm going to be looking at my trade, guys, I just said it earlier in the video, I am looking to be opening up a massive trade on Bitcoin, but I'm not going to be doing it at this level, because I'm a low risk tolerant trader and I only look at opportunities that are extraordinary. So if Bitcoin bounces towards the upside right now, because this is, in my opinion, a big trap here, we are going to be having a great time here, because my portfolio is going to be going up. But if Bitcoin breaks lower and it goes even lower, and that would basically mean that the valuation of buying Bitcoin is going to be becoming even more interesting, since I still believe in the cycle which is about to be happening, and every opportunity I am right now getting before the big Bitcoin bull market is an opportunity where I'm going to be making even more gains here. So that is how I am currently approaching it. And guys, if you want to be trading yourself in this bull market, because if you are trading the right altcoins, if you're doing it on the correct way, guys, you can make tons and tons of money on trading. Of course, I'm not a financial financial advisor, so you have to do your own research and learn yourself how to trade. But guys, if you are interested in getting an account on Bybit to trade, don't forget to check it out in the link description of today's video, because if you right now sign up an account using the highest link in the description, guys, you will come to this page where you can get a free $500 airdrop position for only signing up an account to Bybit using the link in the description of today's video. So guys, if you want to be claiming a free $500 trade on Bybit, make sure to check it out in the link description of today's video. This deposit bonus is going to be ending in 17 days here, so make sure to be quick, because after the 17 days, we're probably going to be having a new deposit bonus, but what yet, I'm not quite sure yet. Maybe it's going to be $100 again, so make sure to check it out in the link description of today's video, because this is extremely valuable for all the followers I have. So also guys, if we're then looking at the daily time frame, I do believe that a breakdown for Bitcoin right now could be quite bad here, because we're currently also hanging on this daily level of support here, and we've bounced from this level a couple times already, and we're just in the midst of this consolidation phase on the symmetrical triangle. But if Bitcoin really comes down back towards this region of around $53,000 all the way down to $49,000, I think that if we can get a trade in on Bitcoin around that level, we're going to be definitely settled, because that is going to be a very good entry, and that's also the level I'm currently looking at. If Bitcoin breaks lower, I'm going to be scaling in towards my trades in this region between $53,000 and $48,000. And actually, every move towards the downside we are currently getting is, of course, an opportunity to be buying cheaper Bitcoin, and that is ultimately a very good opportunity for the long term. And yes, Bitcoin is still trading in a massive downtrend here on the daily time frame. I do believe this downtrend is just going to be continuing until it's proven otherwise, right? So until we break the downtrend, that is the point that I will be, of course, saying, okay, now we're starting to see an uptrend formation getting started. And I do believe that whenever we break above the previous high in the market, so whenever we take out, in this case, $65,000 for Bitcoin, I believe we're going to be going up in a quite exponential manner, because many traders will be looking at this level, and if they see, okay, we're right now confirming the break of the downtrend, we're probably going to be moving up in a very rapid pace towards the upside. So that is what we're still looking at right now here. And as long as we're not breaking above the previous high, I believe the trend is going to be continuing towards the downside. But of course, for people to anticipate, okay, now the big run is going to get started, it's already around $66,000 to $67,000, and you missed already quite a lot of gains here. So what I want to be doing here is look at a very interesting level on the lower side, where I believe big support is going to get found, and then bet on that we're going to be seeing a push higher. And if we then cannot take out the previous high in the market, then we're just going to be closing the position, and of course look at the new one. That is at least a strategy that I have currently in mind here. And also guys, if we're currently looking at the USDT market cap, which is basically the liquidity in crypto, because the more Tether is available, the more liquidity there is in crypto, and the more liquidity there is in crypto, the higher Bitcoin is ultimately going to be going here. And you can see that still in the last weeks here, Tether has been clearly increasing their market cap, increasing the liquidity in crypto, which is ultimately a good thing here. I mean, the Tether market cap is already sitting on approximately, like, what is it, 6-7% higher compared to when Bitcoin was hitting its all-time high here. So there's more liquidity entering the market, and that is ultimately also going to be one of the reasons why Bitcoin is going to be pushing up much, much higher than it already is currently at this moment of time. We also closed the monthly candle, guys, on Bitcoin, and this is quite an interesting one, because I've said it in many times before, guys. I believe the monthly consolidation is looking very good for Bitcoin. We're consolidating above the previous all-time high, and we're just seeing a new price compression getting created here, where Bitcoin is basically creating a downward sloping support line, a downward sloping resistance line from the top side, and basically the price is getting compressed there, and we're just expecting a big breakout to be happening anytime soon here on the monthly time frame. It's all clear. And I mean, if we're just looking at the cycle, if you still believe in the 4-year cycle on Bitcoin, you should not be fading this. At the cycle, at the point we're currently sitting in, I believe this is a massive opportunity. And for me, I believe in the 4-year cycle on Bitcoin until it's proven otherwise. And yeah, for now, the 4-year cycle is still exactly playing out, guys. It is September. September is usually a little bit bad, but don't be worried. Don't be worried. I already told you September is probably not going to be good, but after September, the months are going to be crazy. And that is why this is basically the last 30 days that you have to accumulate cheaper altcoins, cheaper Bitcoin, and that is what I will be personally doing here. So this was it for me in today's update video. If you did learn something from it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.